Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to Jonathan Schrager, Manchester United have contacted Erik ten Hag to find out about his situation. Erik ten Hag has told Ajax he wants to leave at the end of the season. Ten Hag has been learning English. Ten Hag has agreed to take the Manchester United job. Ralph Rangnick wants Erik ten Hag to become Manchester United's next permanent manager, and there's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik ten Hag get recommended in. It would be good for Erik ten Hag to come and experience the Premier League. He's not yet managed in the Premier League. If he became Manchester United's next manager, I reckon he'd suit the strappings of the club and he would be capable of winning trophies. You've got to admire the work and that he's done at Ajax. He's developed the young players well. He's won a couple of Eredivisie titles with them. And revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. He's been the Ajax manager for 5 years. Ajax appointed him in back in 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. Before Ajax he managed Utrecht, before then he managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then he managed Go Ahead Eagles. By the way, Ten Hag is close to winning more silverware. Ajax have reached the Dutch Cup final. Now, who's winning the Manchester derby? Manchester City, Manchester United, or is it going to be a draw? It's going to be an extremely difficult game for Manchester United. You know, Manchester City are top of the Premier League at the moment by 6 points. Not so long ago, Manchester City beat Peterborough 2-0 in the FA Cup. Manchester City won their last league game against Everton 1-0, but Man City were lucky to beat Everton because Everton got robbed. Everton should have had a penalty. Manchester City have got a very good squad, like I mentioned on the preview and that. You know, they've got Raheem Sterling, that's good. Raheem Sterling's been at Manchester City for quite a few years now. Manchester City did get him from Liverpool. Phil Foden, he's a very good young player. He risen up Manchester City's academy. In January, Manchester City signed Julian Alvarez from River Plate, but then obviously Julian Alvarez went back out on loan to River Plate until the end of the season. So Julian Alvarez will officially be a Manchester City player in the summer. Gabriel Jesus, he's a very good striker for City. Riyad Mahrez, he's been at Manchester City for around 4 years. Manchester City got him from Leicester back in the summer of 2018. Bernardo Silva, City have got him. Kevin De Bruyne, he's a very good midfielder. He's regarded as one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Manchester City got Kevin De Bruyne from Wolfsburg. Ilkay Gundogan is a very good midfielder. They've got Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's been out with injury. Rodri, he's doing well now for Man City, but he didn't settle in straight away. He endured a very bad start to his Manchester City career. Manchester City got Rodri from Atletico Madrid. Jack Grealish, I think he's been a poor signing for Man City. He's done nowhere near as well as a lot of Manchester City fans expected. Jack Grealish is Manchester City's most expensive signing. Manchester City paid £100 million for Jack Grealish. I thought Jack Grealish was very good when he was at Aston Villa. Fernandinho, he's still at Man City. He's in his 30s now. They've got Zinchenko, but Zinchenko doesn't really get in Man City's team. Joao Cancelo, he's a very good fullback. Kyle Walker, he's a very good right back. Manchester City got him from Tottenham. City paid around £50 million. Man City, you've got good centre-halves in their team. John Stones, he's a very good centre-half. Manchester City got him from Everton. Laporte, he's a good centre-half. John Stones and Laporte complement each other well when they play together. Ruben Diaz is a good centre-back. And City have got Nathan Ake, but he doesn't really get in City's team. Manchester City got him from Bournemouth. Manchester City's first choice goalkeeper is Edison. He's a good goalkeeper, is Edison. Another goalkeeper they've got is Zach Steffen. Zach Steffen has been out with injury. And they've got Scott Carson. I think he's City's third choice goalkeeper. So there you go. A lot of money is being invested into that Manchester City team. Let me put into the equation that Manchester City have lost good players. You know, in January, they lost Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres went to Barcelona from Man City. They lost Aguero at the end of last season. Aguero went to Barcelona on a free from Man City. Erik Garcia, they lost him. He went to Barcelona. They lost David Silva. He went to Real Sociedad. Quite a few years ago, lost Leroy Sané. From City, Leroy Sané went to Bayern Munich. Jack Harrison, they lost him. He went to Leeds from Man City. At one point, Jack Harrison was on loan at Leeds for 3 seasons, and obviously after that, Leeds got him permanently. City lost Vincent Kompany around 3 or 4 years ago. Now he went to become player manager at Anderlecht from City. They lost Dottie Mendy as well. He was part of the deal of City getting Ruben Diaz, and they lost Joe Hart. So there you go. Manchester City have got a very good manager in Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is regarded as one of the best managers in the world. You know, Pep Guardiola has won a lot of trophies in his managerial career so far. He's won a lot of trophies at Manchester City. Pep Guardiola has been the Manchester City manager for around 6 years. He was appointed in as the Man City manager back in 2016. His contract at Man City expires next year. Before Man City, he managed Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Don't forget, Guardiola almost won the Champions League when he was at Bayern Munich. He did win the Champions League when he was the Barcelona manager. A lot of years ago, Pep Guardiola and Marcelo Bielsa worked together, and don't forget Bielsa taught Pep Guardiola, and obviously Guardiola's been following Bielsa's philosophy at Man City. Bielsa recently got sacked from Leeds. Obviously Leeds appointed Jesse Marsch in to replace Bielsa. But yeah, last season Manchester City won the Premier League. City have won 3 titles in the last 4 seasons. Last season they won the Carabao Cup. Prior to Liverpool winning it this season, Man City won the League Cup for the last 4 seasons in a row. Last season City got to the Champions League final, but they did lose to Chelsea. The Champions League is the only trophy Manchester City have not yet won. A few years ago now, Manchester City won the domestic treble. That was a season Man City finished on 100 points. When City had Manuel Pellegrini, they won the Premier League under him. Before Manuel Pellegrini, City had Roberto Mancini. And City won the title under Mancini. When they won it under Mancini, it was their first title in 44 years. And City also won the FA Cup when they had Mancini. This fixture at the Etihad last season was 2-0 to Manchester United. But City won at Old Trafford earlier on this season, 2-0. Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 0-0 draw against Watford. Reflecting on that 0-0 draw against Watford, the top 4 is in doubt for Manchester United, because Arsenal have 3 games in hand. Man United were dominant against Watford at Old Trafford. You know, we dominated possession, we had a lot of chances. We had a total of, 22 shots in the game, but on the other side of things, we only had 3 shots on target. We just couldn't convert as chances against Watford. The only injury Manchester United have got is Edison Cavani now. Ralph Rangnick has been ruled out becoming Manchester United's next permanent boss. Well, earlier on this season it said Rangnick wanted the permanent Man United job. Rangnick is Manchester United's interim manager. He's been Manchester United's interim manager for 3 months. He's the interim manager until the end of the season, then he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Rangnick has managed nearly 20 games in all competitions as Manchester United's interim manager. Like I said, I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. I think he's a very good coach, and he's a German coach, and the vast majority of German coaches are very good. You know, Rangnick's aim for this season is for Manchester United to finish in the top 4. Man United's only chance of a trophy this season is the Champions League. I'm very sceptical we'll win the Champions League, so it's going to be another trophyless season for Man United. Man United have not won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Unfortunately, Rangnick did not get backed in January, and at the first he got promised he was going to get backed. Manchester United endured a very poor January transfer window because we didn't make any signings. We should have let Lingard and Henderson leave, but we blocked their exits, and we had the incident with Mason Greenwood towards the end of the January transfer window. On the other side of things though, Man United let around 8 players leave in January. You know, we did loan players out. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. The other week, Rangnick was alongside Paul Mitchell. Paul Mitchell is at Monaco. Would you like to see Rangnick recommend Paul Mitchell in? So Paul Mitchell can work alongside him at Man United. Well, earlier on this season, Rangnick recommended Ewan Sharp in as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. The news on Mauricio Pochettino recently. The PSG director, Leonardo, said that Mauricio Pochettino has not asked to leave PSG, despite Manchester United's interest in the manager. Manchester United have already held talks with Mauricio Pochettino. He said Pochettino is the favourite to become Manchester United's next manager. Earlier on this season, reports were stemming from Spain saying that Mauricio Pochettino rejected Manchester United as he favours a move to Real Madrid. Mauricio Pochettino is expected to leave PSG at the end of the season. His contract at PSG expires next year. He's been in charge of PSG for over a year now. He's won a French Cup with PSG. And revert back to a couple of days ago, like I updated you, it said Carlo Ancelotti emerged as a candidate for Manchester United after being recommended by Sir Alex Ferguson. But Real Madrid have said that they're more than happy with Carlo Ancelotti and they have no plans to part ways with Ancelotti. Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like I say, in the last 10 years, Manchester United have only won 4 trophies, and in the last 10 years, Manchester United have spent over 1.3 billion. We've recouped almost 400 million in sales. Manchester United have not been the same team since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. And a lot of United fans predicted it was all going to go wrong when Ferguson retired, which obviously it has done. No one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club, and that's something we've all got to accept. Alex Ferguson was the greatest manager of all time. Alex Ferguson brought success to Manchester United. He won 30-odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Alex Ferguson was at Manchester United for 26 years. So reflecting on that, he was a long-serving manager. Alex Ferguson retired almost 10 years ago. Before Ferguson, Man United weren't that good because we weren't good under Ron Atkinson. We weren't good under Wilf McGuinness. Certainly weren't good under Frank O'Farrell. We got relegated under Frank O'Farrell back in the 70s. That's what, 40 odd years ago now. Or 50 odd years ago, should I say. In the summer of this year, I am expecting Manchester United to make signings. Man United are on the hunt for a new striker. We'll also want to sign a midfielder as well, because when Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. On the other side of things, I'm expecting a lot of players to depart the club in the summer. I heard up to 11 players could be leaving Man United in the summer. We're looking to raise funds. So in the summer, I reckon Edison Cavani will leave. There's a good chance that Cristiano Ronaldo will leave, especially if Manchester United fail to finish in the top 4. Man United have already said that they'll allow Cristiano Ronaldo to leave. Rangnick wants to replace Ronaldo with Ashiman. Ralph Rangnick has major doubts about Cristiano Ronaldo. But despite that, Rangnick has enough faith in Ronaldo to start him against Manchester City on Sunday. Ronaldo's out of form at the moment. He's only scored 1 goal in his last 10 games. Juan Mata, I'm expecting him to leave in the summer. Lingard will leave in the summer. I'm expecting Van der Beek and Martial to leave in the summer at the moment. Van der Beek's out on loan with Everton and Martial's out on loan with Sevilla. Matic will leave in the summer. There's a good chance Pogba will leave in the summer. Jones and Bailly, they'll leave in the summer because they don't really get in the team. Man United could look to sell Harry Maguire in the summer. He's not good enough to represent the club, and like I've updated you, Harry Maguire is upsetting his Manchester United teammates. Man United players have questioned Harry Maguire's place in the team. Rangnick said earlier on this season that Harry Maguire will remain Man United's captain until the end of the season, but earlier on this season there was a lot of Man United fans demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. Maguire's been at Man United over 2 years now. Manchester United overpaid for him. We paid £80 million for him, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club, behind Pogba. He's enjoyed quite a few injuries as well, Maguire, since he came to the club. Maguire missed the game against Watford, he was dropped. I think he'll play against Man City on Sunday, despite his bad performances. And Wan-Bissaka, I think he'll leave in the summer. He's not good enough to represent the club. And he's not our first choice right back under Rangnick, Diego Dalot. But there again, Bissaka's played the last few games, and to be fair, Bissaka's been impressive. And Dean Henderson, I'm expecting him to leave in the summer, because Dean Henderson's our second choice goalkeeper. He doesn't really get in goal, because last summer De Gea reclaimed that number 1 spot back. Henderson has only made 3 appearances this season. Earlier on this season, Henderson got arrested for abusing his girlfriend. And earlier on this season, he had COVID for a while. So there you go. We've got to get the Glazers out of the club, because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 16.5 years now. The Glazers bought Manchester United for 500 million back in 2005, and revert back towards the end of last season, the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League, and reflecting on that, there was Man United fans protesting against the Glazers at the Carrington training ground and at Old Trafford, but in the end the Glazers apologised. Well, that's what Solskjaer mentioned at the time when he was Man United manager. Earlier on this year, Richard Arnold replaced Ed Woodward as the new chief executive. It was good news from Man United perspective that Woodward stepped down earlier on this year, because Woodward was one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Ed Woodward was at Manchester United for 17 years. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update with. Drop me comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe. As always, take care, God bless, see you all again very very soon.